Thanks, Greg, for joining me. It's Thursday, December 21st, and I think this is the first forecaster discussion of the whole season. So kicking it off, I just wrapped up my forecasting shift over the last 2 days, and you're moving into your forecasting shift tomorrow. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, good talking, Nikki. You're right. This is the first time we've done one of these forecast discussions. So hopefully people appreciate hearing the thought that goes on behind the scenes when we put those forecasts out. It was interesting this past weekend. I was seeing really weak snow at the surface, like in the top 6 to 12 inches. But the recent warm weather this week has really helped that problem. So I'm not really concerned about the old snow surface any longer. But the main PWL that we're still concerned about is that weak snow down near the ground. And I noticed that we dropped that as a problem this week. What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, so we'd been at a low danger for a few days leading up to my forecast shift, and then we chose as a team to move into normal caution. So we dropped the PWL problem, just moved into normal caution, talking about a few small issues we've got going on, some wind-drifted snow, some wet snow, and still talking about that persistent weak layer. We're not saying that the facets are gone per se. They're just the likelihood of triggering an avalanche on them currently is so low that we are in a period that we consider them dormant, or they're kind of in a temporary, stable structure.
Mm-hmm.
The poor snow structure does still exist. If you go into the field, you're going to find strong snow over weak snow. You might still get some results in your pits. You might still get some propagation, especially in areas that are shallower. So moving into the weekend, we know that we're in this dormant period right now, that the likelihood's really low. But how does the weather look, or kind of what do you think would make them come back to life or become more reactive again?
Yeah, you're right. When facets go dormant, but the problem is still there, that structure is still there. You just need to put a new load on top and they can become reactive again. And the magic question is, how much of a load will it take? Right now, the weather models this weekend are looking at a little under somewhere between half an inch and inch of water. And as we know that for recreating in the snow, we care about how much snow there is. But when we think about the load of snow on top of a weak layer, we care about the amount of water weight, right? That's how we're stressing it. So we're really focusing on the amount of water that we're going to expect this weekend. And I don't think we're going to have enough of a load to affect those deeper faceted layers. I just don't. Yeah, we have that strong snow on top, and I think the existing structure could actually withhold a half an inch, maybe even an inch of water this coming weekend.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that, moving into this weekend, based on the current models and runs, it seems unlikely that we're going to see this dormant persistent weak layer come back to life. I'd guess most of our instabilities are just in the surface snow or the new snow, old snow interface. But that weak structure does still exist, and moving into future storms, especially when we start to see larger water totals, we might be bringing that persistent weak layer back.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, as you say, it's dormant, but it hasn't gone away yet.
Yeah, it's not extinct yet, so still something to keep on the radar.
Yeah, yeah. And these layers can become tricky, right? Because they're still there, and we put a little bit of a load on top this weekend, and that we don't expect it'll make those weaker layers at the bottom of the snowpack reactive. And then we put more and more, and at some point we may reach a tipping point, right? You put
Yeah,
enough.
we
Go
may
ahead.
see a tipping point in seeing more avalanches, or if we keep temporarily, progressively overloading this and insulating it, maybe we'll see a tipping point in the other direction where eventually we will be able to put those facets to rest for good.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great.
And it's really fun being able to talk about snow in the forecast.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Well,
Well,
thanks, Greg.
thank you so much, Nikki. Good talking to you.
Yeah, enjoy your forecast tomorrow.
Well, thank you. Bye-bye.